Alright folks, hello and welcome to another Minecraft video. My name is LeaderGrev and today we're gonna go into that cave. It's a bit too dark for me to start new challenges as of right now, so I think it's only correct that we go down into the ooh, cow. No. I'm gonna wait a bit before I deal with any cows because I need to use, what am I talking about? I need to gather up some wheat. Oh, I lit this way up, by the way. I logged on for a second before to light this place up. There's nothing down here. Oh, never mind, I was wrong. There was something down there. There's a giant sinkhole down there. We're gonna get into that probably very soon. And for now, we're just gonna gather up the resources over here. I don't know if it's a safe idea to go spelunking. Maybe it'll just make it more fun, the fact that we're in hardcore right now. Who knows? Not this guy. I keep hearing what I think is a skeleton, but that doesn't seem right. I don't know. I'm worried. Come on, Cole. Let's go. Let's go. We haven't got all day. Well, actually, we do, but as soon as I make myself a farm, which I'm surprised nobody made a challenge out of, but regardless, as soon as I make a farm, I'm going to start working, and by farm I mean wheat farm. As soon as I make that, I'm going to start working on getting all of the cows and such, and the animals, and the beautiful nature and such, so that I can get myself all of the animals that I need. But I can't do that right now because I'd have to go out into the darkness, and that would be unsafe and simply ridiculous. So right now we're just going to look through what's in this cave. And if you have any new ideas for challenges, let me know, because I will be picking up your challenge ideas and using them. Because basically, you just need to tell me what I gotta do. That's how this works. And I'll do it. So as soon as it becomes day, and it's probably actually day right now, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna chop trees like a madman. And if nothing eventful happens, I'll probably cut that out. You know, because how many times do you see people chopping down trees? It's ridiculous. So tempted to go down there. So tempted. Look at that. Isn't that magical? What mysteries await me? Who knows these things? It calls to me. I gotta go. I gotta do this. You can't stop me. Oh, jeez. Oh, that scares me. You know what? No, I don't have a pick. No, that's not a smart investment. I'm gonna head back upstairs, see what's going on the upside. Maybe catch myself some animals. Yeah, it looks like it's fairly light. Yeah, look, it's daytime. Time to go chop us some trees. And let's take this out right here and now. Oh, I can't pick up this furnace because I don't have a pickaxe. That's perfectly fine. I'm worried that something's gonna fall on my head. I'm gonna take the high ground so I don't have to get into any accidents and such. So I basically have a view of what's going on. And I'm probably gonna establish a house somewhere over here on this hill, or maybe on that hill, because I like this cave and I like these sinkhole-y thingies because those are interesting. Those look very adventure friendly, and adventure friendly is what I'm looking for right now, because I want to. And the phone rings. Of course, when I sit down to record, I'm the most popular guy in the world. And now we are back to tree chopping, but you guys never left. Oh, let's see. These trees are I like these trees. I might use these as some sort of trim on my house. I like the dark bark. It's really cool. Not sure what kind of house I'm gonna build. I've never built an actual, like, house. I know a lot of people build these, like, hovel thingies that are houses with the slanted roofs and such. Never done that. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I don't think so. I mean, I guess that's a bit too mainstream for me, but I don't know. Never really in on that scene, to be entirely honest. Let's see what's going on over here. And actually, I've been doing a Left 4 Dead Let's Play, just a couple like challenge rounds and such, with Can't Handle the Panda from Monster Cat Gaming, and we brought up this topic of zombies and John Locke's treatise on government, his second treatise on government. And so I talked to my history teacher about it, my European history teacher, who's a total boss. We talked about it, and we came to the conclusion that well, actually, I guess that's not the conclusion. I'll get to the conclusion in a second. But there are several factors that really play into it, and first of all, it's what kind of zombie you're talking about. Now, the original question I sort of asked him was, if zombies were to take over the world, would John Locke want them to take over and eat all the people? Now, John Locke's treatise of government is basically what the United States government is set on. This concept that if a big government is being oppressive, the little people have the right to overthrow it, if it does not meet their needs, sort of. And it's that idea of democracy and the people being in control of the government. To an extent, like Occupy Wall Street, but I'm not going to get into that because it is a divisive issue. And usually I like that, and I would usually talk about it, but I really don't know enough about it to make any kind of statement. And I'm not going to simply wander into a statement without having anything to back it up with. So, I think I covered John Locke's treatise on government. His treatise on government was basically, if the government is not serving the people, it can be overthrown. Which happened in history, like several times. You might remember there was this event in U.S. history called the Spanish-American War. No. Yeah, but so we were talking about this, and I brought up the idea of, like, what if zombies were to take over? And zombies are a mass population, if you sort of think about it. I mean, there are obviously more dead than alive people in general. Just, you can't even dispute that. There are more dead people than there are alive on Earth. Like, wherever they may be, there are more dead corpses in existence. And so, zombies outnumber people. But then the question comes into play, are zombies... well, the first question that comes into play is, which method of infection, what kind of zombie is this? And if it's a viral zombie, like 28 days later or Left 4 Dead, then it's basically just diseased people. And people who are diseased, they don't really, especially when it's zombie disease, they don't really have a right or much say in government because it's something of a mental handicap. But if it's that whole, excuse me, the, what's its face imagig, if it is a, I guess, a corpse coming back to life thing, what zombies originally were at some point, I'm going to take the leap, probably not smart and hardcore, yeah. Then zombies may be able to, like, would be able to garner Locke's support to an extent, if you think about it. Now, it was a very convoluted thing, and I can't properly really convey what our conversation was about, but if you're interested in how this whole topic came to be in the first place, Monster Cat will be uploading that Left 4 Dead playthrough in several parts, eventually. Not sure when, but eventually. That cow just dropped a lot of stuff. Fatty. And I can't do justice to the discussion I had with my teacher. He said it all a lot better. There was clay down there. It's frustrating how well clay spawns. Let me just get on that before I continue with my other rant. Clay used to spawn at ridiculously low levels. It would be hard to find clay. In my old Let's Play, it's not even an old Let's Play, in my old, in Season 1 of my Let's Play at the very beginning, I went on this expedition where I built the clay station, and I was sort of looking around for clay, and I went worlds around and built different bases looking for clay to create a pagoda that in the end I never did make. But clay was genuinely hard to find. And now clay spawns in patches on the ocean floor all over the place. It's ridiculous and it drives me insane. Because had I started playing Minecraft now and had that same idea for the pagoda, which actually gives me an idea now, it would have been so much easier for me to build that whole thing and not procrastinate and actually be enthusiastic about the idea after like 6 episodes of looking for clay. More than 6. I didn't even find that much. Give me your meat. And yeah, basically just I've digressed way too much into too many different topics. Zombies. Right. So I believed that John Locke would be all for zombies because it's sort of this mass movement, and without the presence of higher civilization, if we can call ourselves higher civilization, like a higher thinking civilization, then without the presence of that, zombies would be the reigning, I guess, forces on Earth. They would be the most intelligent, to an extent, civilized species. That's kind of a stretch, I guess, but without a higher intelligent force, would zombies as sort of like the next evolution of people, what would they, oh gee, I'm having a hard time, would they form their own society and hierarchical government, is sort of what I've been trying to say. And that's when we sort of got to the question of, can zombies be capable of creating society? We came to the conclusion that they weren't. And here's why. Zombies in general, if you look at the history of zombies, the idea of zombies has been to sort of reflect the fears of society. I don't know how much of this is news to people, but horror movies reflect the fears of society. Just letting you guys know. I mean, Godzilla, way back when, fear of nuclear radiation and the nuke in general. Zombies, more of that fear, and a lot of that fear of back in the day when zombies started as sort of like an African voodoo thingy-majig. Zombies were kind of a big deal then. Oh, I just heard creepy noises. Zombies were a big deal then because there was sort of that fear of like voodoo ritualistic practices. And zombies are, right now, they are no longer zombies of that whole concept of coming back from the dead. It's fear of infection. Look at the reaction to different diseases and tell me if they're proportionate to the actual, like, what's been caused by the disease. Like, swine flu is a good example. Bird flu isn't a particularly good example because that actually was fairly severe. But if you look at the history of this sort of stuff, it's horror movies of like mass epidemics and monsters, monster movies more properly, I guess to say it, have been reflections of the fears of society. So if zombies are the lack of society, basically, I mean, zombies reflect a lack of society. There is no society with zombies. They don't negotiate. There is no... They're brutes, the most carnal form of human. I don't know if carnal is the inappropriate word, but they are the most basic, I guess, egotistic, not even egotistical, because it's basic, like a baby who has grown way over its age is a zombie, because all it wants is food and sort of to be, I guess, pleased and served. It considers food with no other concerns, such as there's no responsible thought in terms of zombies. Oh, didn't mean to mind there. So zombies are a reflection of anti-society, basically. When zombies exist, society cannot. So we sort of came to the conclusion that if zombies are a reflection of anti-society, obviously zombies can't create their own society. But it was an interesting discussion, and I probably didn't convey it very well because I didn't come into this prepared, and I thought I'd just be doing my sting, my schlapp. I don't even know what those words mean, or they're not even words. But yeah, I sort of expected to come in here and do whatever it is I was going to do. And I didn't expect to to bring up this whole zombie thing. I just guess it sort of came up. But eventually Monster Cat is going to upload that, so I'll link to that when it does come out. And you guys should check that out, because I think it was a pretty cool discussion that I had with No Ordinary Panda. You should check out his YouTube channel, because he's got like 24 subscribers, but he's actually a fairly good commentator. And he does the sort of things that I would not do in terms of like mods and playing certain custom maps. Yikes!